Hey guys, Madeline here. So this war on empathy is real. And the war on empathy is a war on humanity. So sometimes it's called woke or woo-woo or leftist or crazy. But empathy is actually who we are. And why is there a war on empathy? Because when we are centered in ourselves with empathy, it creates connection between people. That is the connecting spider's web that keeps us together as a people. Why would that be threatening? Because when people join together, that's when they feel power. So years ago, I said to my husband, Mark, I feel like I want to start an empath army. Why? Because the women that I was working with and still do were so powerful and had such great ideas, but their nervous systems were completely dysregulated in this world. And it makes sense why. Like if you're looking out at the world and you're feeling sad or afraid or like disbelief, anger, that's an entirely appropriate response to some of the events. Don't forget, there's still beauty, there's still love, there's still empathy, there's still the sun rising every morning as well. But I feel like that was a bit of a premonition because that's exactly what I have dropped everything else except for my work at the pain clinic to do now. So my work, and it probably always has been, is to help the highly sensitive person, sometimes called an empath, to heal, to get some regulation into their nervous system and live in alignment with who they truly are and feel their power. And that's why I have dropped everything on my plate to focus on this one thing, the quantum empath. And why is that? Because I still believe, after so many years of doing this, that it is still the most powerful force in the world that will outlast anything else that's built in fear. It's the bond that helped us to survive when we were babies. And it still is the bond that brings us together and creates a fully alive world. It has always been the lack of empathy and connection that has started wars, that's created such great miscommunications between people. And yet, I continue to know that we are more alike than we are different. So in being able to really emphasize and strengthen and shine your empathy, not in a way that makes you a doormat, but in a focused way. And that's why in the Quantum Empath that we start up next week, we're starting with this really essential skill of clear boundaries. Because when we get simple, we get precise, and we get regulated, that's when magic starts to happen. Why? Because I don't want you to just make it through this year, because a lot of the world is going to be in that state. I don't want you to live in a place of simply surviving, which may feel like what you're doing right now, but to actually thrive. I think it's time we need to really realize that nobody's coming to save us, that it really, really does come down to us in our own power, in our own ability to choose, in our own ability to amplify empathy into the world. Because that is what is really going to change things in your own life and also in the world. But we need a focus, we need boundaries, we need support, we need guidance, we need skills. And that's what the Quantum Empath is about.